Hello there YouTubers, welcome back to my channel, Workshop Fun. I just thought I'd like to post a little update to share with you guys what's been going on with my caravan. Number one is creating airflow for my inverter, so that's well underway now. So the first place I guess I'll start is there's a new vent down there now, and there is a vent being made here. So, excuse me, last night I machined this on my lathe, and I've ordered a stainless steel grill to also go on top of that, but not cover all the white edging that you see. And that there is the air intake. That's passive, it's not active, so it's going to be drawn in by the outtake, I guess you'd say. So I have an active outtake. Here we go. This is my big fan, and that is sucking the hot air out and pushing it out through this vent here. So it sort of made sense to have the fan there sucking the air out, because the inverter's fans are sucking the air through this way and it's getting pushed out up here. So an ideal way to get rid of the heat that's being generated, and also this fan here will suck in air through the intake. Yeah, it's just ideal having it laid out like this. So this is one of those neat sort of odd shaped fans, but it's ideal for a vent. So I've ordered off Ali cheap little what do you call it, thermostat. So when the ambient temperature gets up to a certain set temperature that I have inside of, underneath my sofa, it'll kick the fan off. So I'll have to work out what ambient temperature I want to have in there before the fan kicks off, but that's the easy part. So that's well underway. The other thing I've done recently is replaced all the handles in the caravan, bar 5. I was 5 short, so I've ordered 5 more, exactly the same of course, and they're all in and looking a lot nicer than the old ones, so I'm very happy with that. They've come out really nice, and it sort of brings things together because some of the handles didn't match in here, so it's nice sort of having a set handle all the way through. The other thing I've done is I made the casing for this outside light switch. That's the little switch that I bought. Then I turned this bit of bronze on my lathe and made this stepped shape in it, and I also turned this bit of stainless in the lathe and made it so the bronze fits into the stainless and slots in, and then that's all glued together. So came out really nice, and then it's just glued on this wooden panel. I just use no more gaps, because if I ever want to take it off, then I can. Then I carefully made this backing, trying to get it focused. That's about the best I can do. So that's all carefully made. I just used a nylon chopping board and machined that on my mill quickly. Didn't take long, and machined a bit of it on my lathe. This round bit here that covers the terminals on the switch. So yeah, that's certainly a huge improvement on what it used to be. So that's looking really nice now. What else? I've painted inside here in the bedroom, so this wall is now done, so that's all finished. I've also been working on stand EG skirting board for my laundry basket, because the original skirting board in here of course, was completely rotten, so it's had to be thrown out. So that's all done, and that was probably the hardest one that I had to make. It's all snug up quite nicely next to the wall, and the rest of it I'll just put some normal gaps in and blend it in. Should look really nice, but it's just sitting there at the moment, so yeah. Other things are little things like the wooden trim here coming down here. That I made that. I mean, it looks simple, but getting it nice wasn't so simple. So yeah, that's all done. The lights are all working now. I think before I didn't have this switch working, so they all work now and it's lovely. Okay, so yeah, that's all come a long way. And last but not least, I had a talk on the Victron website, or not the website, the Facebook page, the other day, and a guy who has a lot more knowledge than me told me that excuse me, I cannot run my 100 watt solar panel with a 600 watt solar panel through the same solar charger. Apparently what happens is you just end up with two 100 watts. It's just somehow they default to that. He did explain why, but I can't remember now. So anyway, what I've done, it ain't hooked up yet, but I have brought this smaller solar charger for my 100 watt panel, and also turned around and basically got the little, what do you call it, DC breaker, one of these things here, I'll show you. One of these things, I've got one of those ordered, and I just got to wire it in, and yeah, so that's well underway. And that will then allow me to, I could actually run an extra 100 watt off that, so I could easily run 200 watts through that. But that will now allow me to hook the big solar panel up onto this, and then keep my little solar panel, which is already up on my roof, and basically have the advantage of both of them running. So I'm sort of hoping to have anywhere between 700 watts to 800 watts. I just want to get one big panel, and I'm pretty confident I could fit a 550 watt panel up on my roof. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. Oh, and just another little thing with my console, I made these steel brackets to hold the console in place, because just over the years there had been many holes put in the wooden panel behind the console, and the console just wasn't screwing in properly anymore. So I used some wooden to metal thread adapter things that you buy and screwed them into the wooden panel, and then the screws screw into them. So works fantastic. Anyway, so that's all done. Now I think that's about it. Oh, and just another simple little thing, but yet not so simple. The printer stand is now painted and back in place, and strongly attached this time. It can be unscrewed, but last time it had also worked itself loose, so I neatened it all up and then painted it all, and now it's solidly back in place and not going to go anywhere. So that's really nice. Alright, well, that's about everything for now. I'll keep you posted. Alrighty, cheers.